Hello, Professor Skelton in Criminal Justice Class 201. Welcome to our video for week number 1 of our Ask 2 Fox 15 project. The first question I'm going to answer is the first one that was asked for this semester, and that was from Professor Skelton, who asked, "What do you think is one of the biggest misconceptions about police work today? How can social media help alter that misconception?" Thanks for your question, Professor Skelton. The very first thing that comes to mind for me when it comes to the biggest misconception is how long it takes for the police to solve a crime or conclude an investigation. I've experienced it even this week. I've been dealing with different files where people have an expectation, and a lot of that I think is from what we've all grown up watching on TV, where very complex crimes and investigations are concluded neatly within an hour, and they know who did it, they've arrested the person, and justice is served, all within 60 minutes. And unfortunately, in real life, it takes us a lot longer, especially if the investigation or crime is more complex and there's a lot of layers to it. What I found helps is that I continue to communicate with the person that's involved and let them know we're still working on this. While we haven't concluded it or solved the crime or identified whoever did whatever it was, we're still working on it. So even though we may not be solving it as quickly as they want, as long as we're keeping the lines of communication open, that's really important because it lets people know we haven't forgotten about them. We are still working on this. We are still thinking about it. It's still at the front of our minds and we're actively working to investigate. So it comes back again to communication and just how important that is in police work. The second part of your question about how can social media help to alter that misconception again comes back to communication. If a police department is investigating something, and especially if it's a high profile incident, communicating regularly with the public to let them know what's happening while still maintaining the integrity of the investigation and the confidentiality of everyone that's involved is important. It lets the public see that the police are still working on this. We have not stopped. We have not forgotten. We're still working on it, but it takes time. So it just comes back to being open and transparent with our communication and letting people know that an investigation is ongoing.